guys, so today I'm going to be talking to you about my depression and anxiety. I've been getting questions on how I've been doing. I know I've kind of briefly talked about it in the past, but it's really something I don't ever really mention on the vlog. So I'm just gonna get started and tell you like my story. If you guys have been following us for a while, you know that I have more anxiety, not really depression. I can sometimes feel depressed, but I don't think I necessarily have depression. It's more anxiety. What triggers my anxiety is like medical issues. Anything medical health related triggers my anxiety so bad. If you guys watched the cancer scare video, I will leave it linked somewhere, but that's kind of what like really set off my anxiety. I've always had anxiety, just like little things here and there. Thinking back now when I was a teen, I would have little episodes here and there of like anxiety, but like not anything like it was when I had the pre-cancer scare. I feel like that really set it off, and then it's been like this ever since. Yeah, basically like anything health related really triggers my anxiety. I don't really talk about my anxiety much on these vlogs. I don't think, I think I have once, like a couple of times, but it's not something like I always talk about. When we first moved into our place, our townhome, I was perfectly fine, and then Gage had said something to me, and it like totally triggered my anxiety. That had caused a little bit of depression. It was a Sunday. I believe we were watching the football game. Like it was it Super Bowl? I think it was Super Bowl because it was in the winter. We were watching the football game, and being pregnant, I had a bunch of like skin changes. Well, I started like getting like white patches on my arm, and I remember Gage had like just pointed out like, hey, you have white patches on your arms, and I'm like, oh, it's whatever. But then it like really got into my head of like, oh my gosh, what if something's wrong? What if I have like a skin disease? What if I have cancer? What if I'm dying? Like, what is going on? And it really put me into this like panic, and I was in that like mindset for at least, gosh, I don't even know, like for a while. I've been doing good with my anxiety. It was like managed, and then that just like triggered it, and it made me go into like this kind of like depressive state where like I didn't want to do anything, I didn't want to go anywhere, I just didn't feel like myself, and it was all because of that one little comment. And I was just constantly worried about it. I asked my doctor, and she's like, oh, you're fine, but in my head I'm like, no, I'm not fine, I'm not fine. And I just remember like right before we went to Florida, before we went to Disney World, I was like, okay, I need to snap out of this. Like, I'm pregnant, I'm going to Disney World with my family, with my kids. Like, I really need to like just enjoy this vacation and not worry about it. And it kind of helped. There was like a little bit of anxiety in Florida, but it wasn't terrible. And then I had realized that the patches were like from eczema, because Gage started getting it, and they were like dry first, and it was a whole story like that. So it's good since I've had that procedure done. Like I said, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I will leave a link. But I've been pretty good. I haven't really felt like anxious. Another time, and like when I think about these episodes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was panicking for nothing. Like, I wish I could go back and tell myself, you will be okay, you will be fine, this is nothing, you are panicking for no reason. And when I'm talking, like when I mean panic, like I could not stop thinking about it. It was constantly running through my head. I felt like I really couldn't enjoy my kids, because that's like all that was running through my head. I felt just, I don't know, it was such a hard feeling to explain. But I remember one time back right before I got pregnant with Weston, it was back in, gosh, I want to say like August, last August or September, before I was even pregnant. I had another trigger, and that was because, so stupid to talk about, but this is my story. I don't know how I noticed, but I had noticed that my fingernails were like this weird yellow, and I couldn't wash it off. And so that put me into a panic. I'm like, what the heck is this? And so I just tried to like not see it, otherwise I'd get in too much of a panic. And so I just kept painting my nails with that same color over and over and over. If it started chipping a little bit, I just keep painting them and painting them. Well, then one day it just like got in my head again, and I took all the nail polish off, and my nails were just horrible. They were just so yellow. And I went on Mr. Google. Do not Google. I like Googled everything, and Google will literally tell you you're dying. Like, do not Google. I went on Google, and it said, well, your nails can either be from dark nail polish, which I was putting on like some weird, well, not weird, I was putting on like a really bright blue color, I remember. And it said from dark. I'm like, well, it can't be from my nail polish. Like, I've been putting on a light summer blue color, not a dark color. And the other reasoning was like, if you have some sort of like disease, or sometimes a cancer can cause this. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? I remember I panicked. Nothing was working. I couldn't get it off my nail. I remember waiting a couple days, and I still kept reading about it, and it wasn't going away. I had kept the nail polish off my hands thinking, oh, maybe if I stop painting my nails that will help, and it didn't. And I remember just crying to Gage one day, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm dying. Like, just being so dramatic, you guys. I'm not even kidding. Just so dramatic. And I called the doctor, and I made an appointment with the doctor. And when I think about it now, I feel so silly. I feel so dumb, honestly. But like, I know in my head at that time, I was in a true panic. And I remember going to the doctor, and she said, you know, she's like, well, just give it a little bit. Don't wear any nail polish. Just give it a little bit. If it doesn't go away in a month or so, come back. And she's like, well, let's just do some blood work just to make sure like no levels are off, you know, like vitamins or something like that. I got the blood work back right away, and everything was fine. Everything was normal, so that kind of put me at ease. I felt like if everything's normal, that it's just fine. And of course the color went back to normal, and I have never, like, I will never touch that nail polish again. The things that I like worried about, I think back and I'm like, I need to stop panicking, and I need to stop worrying. And it's like, when I get in those funks and those episodes, it's just, there's no going back. That's just how I feel at that time. Yeah, I'm doing good now. I would say my anxiety is under control. Postpartum depression, I don't know if I have it. I feel like I'm just really stressed out right now. Having 3 kids is not easy. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not easy, because some days are very easy, and some days I'm like, oh, I could easily do another. And then other days I'm like, there's just no way. Like Noah's tantrums, and then, you know, Maya's acting out, and Weston is a perfectly good baby, and it's just dealing with the stress of the older 2 puts me like, it makes me very stressed out. And I see your guys' comments of saying, oh, you're so patient. I want to say I am not patient. First off, I am far from patient. I really try to be, because I know they're just kids, and I know he's only 2, and I know she's only 4, and I know Weston's only 4 months, but like, I lose my patience. I cry a lot because I'm stressed out, honestly. I don't know if I like have postpartum depression, or if I'm just so stressed out that, like, I don't know, like some days I'm just like really not that motivated to do anything, and then like other days I am. So it's really confusing. I do take, gosh, I don't even know what I take. Is it sertraline? I don't know. I do take a depression anxiety pill. I'm doing postpartum and how I'm doing with my depression anxiety. Right now it's good. Right now we're at a good point. I'm stressed, yes, but like, I would rather feel this way than I do when I have a panic attack or one of those episodes. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's a little different than vlogs of Weston's waking up, And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you in our next video. Bye.